velkommen til en halv times tid med Bluegrass hos fru Jensen.
All right, Danny, how about a little bit of cabin? Oh, how about a little bit of that sled riding?
Information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God!
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my time.
I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh, you can try all you want
in this country.
To not take responsibility for what you have said. Sir, you're making a mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me.
You
may be the target of the God, but I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not afraid of you.
Truth that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of inmates. What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Our team D, the House of
Common good. They will also help control traffic and check possible panic. In short, these are the men who, during a morale-shattering emergency, will have a strong stabilizing effect on a jittery populace. Though in the minds of most people, civil defense brings thought of the bomb, volunteers also may be used for disasters due to cyclones, floods, or other wayward fits of nature. Readiness for any need is a dominant theme. Rescue trucks have special equipment for any emergency, and volunteers are trained in light and heavy rescue duty.
We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges. Better not come any closer.
Whoa. Put on the brakes. Welcome. Boys and girls, children of all ages, hoofties, pufties, bung-eyed heifers, right and left wing wackos, woodchucks and chuckettes, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom, which is what they call this area of Vermont, to another version of It's News to Us. And you are watching It's News to Us. We're Newport's oldest TV news. What's just new? Here, new brown cow, so locals say. And defund the cops. No, we've seen how that's working out, and we've shown you how it works here in Burlington, Vermont, and over in Burlington, Vermont, and in other cities. Oh, bad. Should have got a cup of coffee. Anyways, and yeah, here's another one. Gen Z has got it. They're getting it. Booze equals death, man. As little as one drink a day can set you on the road to cancer, so they say. Who they are, we don't know. And yeah, here's another one. This is wild. Side effects. Oh yeah, you look this stuff up in your own time. I provide the websites, and there's some nuggets in here, and I got some other ones too that I didn't write up. I'll be sharing those with you shortly, and there's even more. And this Doge thing, we've got September 30th is the budget, Philo. That's when the government budget comes due, and you can. That's good. Yeah, and you can bet that they're probably going to use a continuing resolution to kick the ball down the road, and they're still using Nazi Pelosi and Chuck Schumer's budget. You know, this Doge stuff. I mean, it's barely scratched the surface because nobody wants to. Because the judges are getting in the way and saying you can't shut this down, you can't shut that down, you can't fire this person. It's crazy, man. And we're all inclusive here. We cater to men, women, and carpet munchers, drape huggers, everybody. And here's one blast from the past. You mean the more a wife works, the better she looks? Oh, sure. Yeah. What's that saying? You run from a man will run from dusk to dawn, but a woman's work is never done. Something like that. It's an old saw. Oh, the cuter she looks. That's what it is. And this episode is brought to you by Romeo Christ St. Peter Boner Pills. You don't see too many boner pill ads on TV. They're just using the ads now to scare the crap out of people. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, these ads. In the booth we have Philo T. Farnsworth, the College of Musical Knowledge. We can see him behind the glass over there. And I have to give him mad props because we could not do this show without him over the years. And we value his input dearly. And he goes out of his way to do stuff.
I'll drink to that.
Above and beyond the call of duty, boys and girls. And he was nice enough to, or Todd was, or somebody did, printed me up this, oh good grief. Man, oh man. You go to print up a 2-page article, and you wind up getting 20 pages of comments and ads with it. This is the Pool of Siloam. You know how they found this, Terry?
How's that?
It's in Jerusalem. Okay, what happened was they bought this land finally. I don't know who it belonged to, but it's outside the city walls. Right just outside the city walls, the old city walls of Jerusalem. And a sewerage pipe, a municipal sewerage pipe, popped. I'm not sure when it was. It was like in the 60s or 70s or something. And so they went in there and they started digging. And they dug and dug and dug. And they went down to the bedrock now. I think they bought this land from the Armenians or something. And now they found this pool, the Pool of Siloam, and I was telling Philo last week, they're using the Bible to is to excavate. They specifically the Old Testament and some of the New Testament too. It's crazy the way they're using it. They say you got a trowel in one hand and the Bible in the other. So bear with me while I educate you. In the Gospel of John, we read that Jesus healed a blind man. Now, this could be coincidental. It's not like the Ezekiel springs, Gihon springs and stuff like that. But anyways, after saying this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with his saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. Go, he told him, wash in the pool of Siloam. This word means sent. So the man went and washed, and he came home seeing. The miracles we can't vouch for, but man, after seeing that stuff, did you happen to see the stuff about the Shroud of Turin, Philo?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, I sent it to you. That Tucker Carlson link.
I didn't have time for it.
Yeah. But if you do, for all you doubters out there, you really ought to go back. I think it was in late June or early July, or July, Tucker Carlson had this expert on. He's an expert on the Shroud of Turin, and it's crazy. There's no way they could duplicate it even today. But anyways, a year ago, we were surprised to hear the place we thought was the Pool of Siloam for the past 10 years is not exactly what we assumed, because excavations carried out there overturned previous understandings. Recently, further discoveries have once again turned everything upside down. In the last 20 years, we went through several archaeological interpretations of the location and role of the Pool of Siloam, which is mentioned in the Gospel of John. First, the Pool of Siloam is attributed to a small pond at the exit of Hezekiah's tunnel. Hezekiah's tunnel, I think, is a tunnel that he had dug underneath Jerusalem to get fresh water in there, so that even if the city was surrounded during a siege, if the city was besieged, they could still have water. Because you can go without food a long time, but you can't go without water, man. In the last 23 years, first there was the archaeologists suggested the pool was used as a large ritual bath or a mikveh for pilgrims. Well, last year, after the big pool was excavated, it became clear that first, it's not what they expected to see, and second, the pool is way too deep to be a mikveh. The new discovery of an ancient dam that forms the eastern wall changes everything once again. The top of the eastern wall was known for many years and was attributed to the end of the Iron Age, or the destruction of the first temple. But further excavations and yada yada yada. Oh man, is this out of 1, 2, 3? Oh, it got clipped. The dam which was discovered is a wall 10 meters thick. Here's another picture of the dam, Philo. 10 meters thick. That's pretty thick, dude. That's like bedrock, man. You don't move a rock like that. Thank you, Philo.
You should be looking for Fred Flintstein.
Yeah, Fred Flintstein. Let's see. 10 meters thick, 11 meters high, and stretches 19 meters north to south. And this is only what's been exposed so far. It is therefore a massive dam, unlike anything else in Israel from the First Temple period. Why is this important? Until now, we thought that the Pool of Siloam was first built by Hezekiah, when he redirected the Gihon spring through the Siloam tunnel and constructed a new pool to collect spring water. But now we know that a pool already existed at least a century before Hezekiah, and is a massive pool, much larger than we expected to find. Yeah, because see, in Hezekiah too, when they found this tunnel, they found inscriptions that said, it was built by Hezekiah. And before that, they thought that all this stuff was just mythology and that Hezekiah didn't even exist. But now they know he did. In order to fill that pool, a huge dam was built to collect the flood waters and rain flowing from the city of David in Jerusalem into a very deep reservoir so the water would not be washed into the Dead Sea through the Kidron Valley. That city of David is the area next to the wall. That's the thing that the Israel bought from the Armenians or whatever, and have been digging ever since. And it's crazy. If you go on YouTube and look up the Journal, JEWRNAL. There's like 3 or 4 videos there that show he's a guide, and he takes you through this whole complex and the excavations and shows you all this stuff. It's incredible. It's incredible if you're into archaeology or the Bible or both. Let's see. The excavations are not yet complete and many questions remain, but we can now say for certain that Hezekiah redirected the water of the Siloam tunnel into a pool. Okay, another clip. Damn it. The excavators suggest now that the deep pool served as a water reservoir during the first temple period under the kings of Judah and in the Herodian period of the second temple. Herod was the king when Jesus was alive. He's the one that built Masada, and Herod, man, he built the second temple too. He was Idumean. I think they're an offshoot of the Jews, but I'm not sure. I'm probably wrong. Anyways, Herod added wide steps where people could sit along the pool's edge. However, it couldn't have been a mikveh because it was too deep. So it raises 2 key questions. Why did Hezekiah need to dig the tunnel if there was already a conduit carrying water from the spring to the pool at the bottom of the city of David? And 2, where is the pool of Siloam as mentioned in John 9? And that's another thing too. They claim that the temple was on top of the Temple Mount, but according to all the written stuff, the temple needed fresh water because they were always slaughtering animals and stuff up there in sacrifice. That's why, in the movies or in the New Testament, you see Jesus go up there and overturn the money changer and says, God says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. And tells them to get rid of the money and stop sacrificing animals. But they needed a freshwater or a spring to do these sacrifices and wash the blood away. And unless they didn't have pumps, they couldn't have pumped the water up to the top of the Temple Mount. I don't know. There are a lot of unanswered questions, boys and girls. Let's see. Answering the first question, Hezekiah's strategy, we turn to the Bible. In 2 Chronicles 32:3 through 4:30, we read, Hezekiah consulted with his officials and military staff about blocking off the water from the springs outside the city, and they helped him. They gathered a large group of people who blocked all the springs and the stream that flowed through the land. Why should the kings of Assyria come and find plenty of water? They said, it was Hezekiah who blocked the upper outlet of the Gihon spring and channeled the water down to the west side of the city of David. He succeeded in everything he undertook. Hezekiah needed to hide access to the Gihon spring so the Assyrians couldn't reach it during the siege they put on Jerusalem. Therefore, he sealed the spring and dug a new underground channel completely hidden, directing the water into a pool that, according to the new discovery, had already existed for at least a century. Second question, which pool was mentioned in John 9? That answer is still uncertain. In Nehemiah 3:15 we read, he also repaired the wall of the pool of Siloam by the king's garden as far as the steps going down from the city of David. Nehemiah came to Jerusalem and restored it in the early Second Temple period during the return to Zion. Between his time and the days of Jesus, several hundred years passed, during which Herod made significant building projects in Jerusalem. Wait a minute, Herod lived several hundred years? Anyways, the term Pool of Siloam is not mentioned anywhere outside of Nehemiah and the Gospel of John. We only read about it in the spring of Siloam, or simply Siloam. It's the place where the water comes out of that tunnel. Therefore, the blind man in John 9 either washed his eyes in the spring or in the large reservoir close by. The more we excavate, the more the Bible narrative is being reinforced. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Oh, and speaking of which, man, good grief. Last Wednesday when we were here, Philo, I'd heard that Charlie Kirk got shot. And I had a bad feeling about him going to Utah. I mean, a real bad feeling. It was so bad, Terry, I almost called them up and told them about it. But I didn't, and I figured, you know what, if I do raise the alarm and something happens, then I'll look like I'm in on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not a good idea. So anyways, sure enough, man, Charlie Kirk killed for what? For what? For his ideas? See, that's the problem. You get too big. I mean, Charlie Kirk could pick up the phone and anybody would take his call. I mean, from President Trump down to any congressman or senator, they would take his call, and that's powerful, man. And he's been doing wild stuff with Get Out the Youth Vote, and he was the one going onto campuses, like he said, so you don't have to. And he had a thing where he set up and it said, "Prove me wrong," and the guy was all self-taught too. That's what killed me. He didn't need no stinking degree, and he would just debate people, and as often as not, it was a stalemate. And the last thing he did recently, remember, he went to Oxford in England, Philo.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, it was in the spring of this year, because of the censorship and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they're throwing people in prison just for saying things on Facebook.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're starting to back off now, as Trump's been raising hell about it, and
yet they're letting in all the Akbars.
Yeah. Oh, and the Akbars. There was 1 million people in the streets last Saturday, Philo, in London. And they would arrest you if you were waving the Union Jack and stuff. Well, they didn't arrest anybody for waving the Union Jack this time, man. There were just 1 million plus people in the street. And they're tired. They're not going to have Londonistan anymore. And they want to get rid of these mooks and send them home, man, because there's parts of London where they supposedly use Sharia law, Philo.
Yeah, that's becoming a real problem all over Europe, and the only ones that have got it right are the Poles and the Hungarians.
Yeah, that's it. Get out, stay out. See, here's the thing, and call me crazy, and
okay, you're crazy.
Yeah. And I believe I could be a target of Muslims by just doing this show. But, let's face it, the Arab culture, up until Muhammad, they had incredible stuff, Philo. They had the best libraries. They rebuilt Roman water aqueducts. They had street lighting in Cordoba and other cities in Spain, and we're talking like 500-600 in the middle of the Dark Ages. You know what I mean? But then they went with this wacko and followed his teachings, and it just no. Once they can't take over 51%, you got to pay the jizya, which is a tax, and you're not allowed to have a cross around your neck in public. You can't build a steeple or have ring church bells. You know, you can't do it. Anyways, what about the news that's not the news that we haven't seen before? Anyways, yeah, speaking of which, they gave 24 years, 27 years to Bolsonaro down in Brazil. He was the democratically elected guy, and they used, supposedly, they used these crappy-ass voting machines to bring in that communist Lula. And guess who went down there to help him out with the election, Philo?
Bill Clinton.
Last year. No, better yet, Bernie Sanders.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. He was down there. Yep. And they think they're going to take down Marine Le Pen in France next. And we told you last week about the 16 dead people from the Alternative for Deutschland party. Oh, and get this. In 30 days, guess how many guns they took off the streets of Washington, D.C., Philo?
I don't know.
I'll make a guess.
Oh, 1,000?
225.
Oh, okay.
225 guns in 30 days. That's wild, man. Yeah, we don't have no stinking crime problem. We don't need no stinking badges. We don't have to show you no stinking badges. Oh, and today they're having that. They got two trials running at the same time. One is that wacko Ruth guy, which is probably short for Ruthier. Forgive me, folks. Down in Florida, who is defending himself, and like they say, a man who has himself, a person who has himself for a lawyer is the client, is the worst client, or some damn thing.
He has a fool for an attorney.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Philo. And the trial in New York City for Luigi Manzoni, the guy who shot the healthcare executive in cold blood in the back on a New York City street a year or two ago. And they showed the crowd there, Philo. There was like, by a rough count by me, there was at least 50 or more supporters there with signs and chanting "Free Luigi" and stuff like that.
Yeah, when they said he would not be tried for capital murder or something, they were all cheering.
Yeah, the terrorist charge.
The terrorist charge, that was it, yep.
Yeah, they dropped the terrorism charge. It's crazy, man. This one girl said she's married to his AI something or other. It's like, what? Huh? Yeah, she speaks with him every night. She does. And I looked at this girl and I'm thinking, okay, she's friggin' nuts, man. She is nuts. Yeah. And CNN defended this Destiny wacko, said people should be afraid. Oh, man. Oh, and Ben from Ben and Jerry's resigned today, Philo.
No kidding.
Yeah, I guess he's made enough money. I met those guys at Cree Lintelak's house at a Bernie party one time. Anyways, Ben and Jerry. Oh, and they're the people out, the good folks in Westmore are protesting the erection of a cell phone tower, but it looks like they're not gonna succeed because you can't. Once the PUC gives them a certificate of public good, man, and everybody's got to have wireless, Philo.
Well, you know what, Steve? I was so sick of getting these calls on my hardwired phone.
Yeah.
My landline. I got rid of it because I was getting 20 or 30 of them a day. Now on my cell phone, if I see a number I don't like, I can hit block and it's gone. And I don't hardly ever get any junk calls.
Yeah. Well, that's a hell of a reason to do it, man. I just let the answering machine get it. And they're finally tapering off and going away.
Well, you're supposed to be able to block those things, but for some funny reason with a landline, you can't.
Yeah, because they use some routing service. So if you dial do a *69 or a search on them or a caller ID, you get an 802 number, right?
Yep.
But what happens is you can hear them when you pick up that phone. You can hear the router. It makes this noise when it routes the call from the 802 number to the India or Pakistan, whatever, and you can hear it. It goes gadink, it makes this gadink number sound. And I had one. I figured, what the hell? I was expecting a call from somebody, so I said, well, the heck with it. I'll pick up the phone, right? Instead of letting the machine get it. And sure enough, I get some friggin' Haji, and he's all like, he says, "This is from your car warranty company." I'm there. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Do you have a car? Yes, I do. Is it running? I says, yes, it's running down the road as we speak. I said, I have to go catch it right now. Goodbye. And that was the end of old Hodge, man. I can't take these guys anymore, these pukes. Oh, and so anyways, they got some city council in St. Albans, Philo. They were fielding questions last night about the St. Albans stink. There's a pall cast upon, there's a pall over the city of St. Albans, boys and girls. And I call it the St. Albans stink. And they're attributing it right now to the St. Albans Creamery, or whatever creamery is operating over there. But anyways, the leaves are starting to turn color up here for all you New Englanders around the globe. And it's getting so you have to turn on the heat at night. And you turn on the heat at night and the AC during the day, man. That's all supposed to come to a screeching halt next week. God only knows. But the algae blooms, oh my God! All the bays on Lake Champlain are filled with algae blooms, Philo.
I'm not surprised. The Burlington area is turned into a crap hole.
You can't run your dog down there. Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me, I've got last week's 7 days, and yours truly, they printed my letter to the editor about the Grateful Dead. Thanks, Philo. And there's an article out here, speaking of which, that pertains to exactly what we were talking about. Hope rises from the pit. Okay. The big hole. Because see, Burlington had the same giant pit that Newport does. Only they did something with theirs. They got new developers. Thanks, Philo. And there's the building. It's going up rather quickly. But get this. There's problems. There's trouble in paradise. In November 2014, a smooth-talking New York city businessman announced plans to transform Burlington's aging downtown mall into high-rise apartment buildings with shops and a rooftop park. Don Sinex, we called him, he had a Sinex infection, Don Sinex called his vision City Place Burlington and said it would revitalize downtown. He tore down the old mall, but then stopped building altogether, leaving behind a stagnant construction site that locals named the Pit. It took 5 years and an entirely new development team to get the work started again. Next month, a portion of the redeveloped City Place will finally open with a new name, Burlington Square. Its hotel rooms and apartments are going for top dollar, prices that the developers say befit a luxury high-rise. But the opening comes at a much more challenging time than when it was first planned. Those who can afford to live and stay there will find themselves in a downtown core that is struggling with a rise in property crime, open drug use, and homelessness. Problems that have hurt businesses and driven away some visitors who once filled the city's streets. In a way, the success of Burlington Square could be a barometer for whether the largest city can overcome its trash reputation. And how much are these apartments going for, you ask? Well, we're wondering too. Yeah, so it's like by the time they get the thing built, it's gonna there's nothing there but bums. Oh, here we are. Burlington Square will be one of them. Let's see. Most newly built 2 bedrooms are going for $2,300 to $2,800 a month. But there are outliers, namely the better views and more amenities. Burlington Square will be one of them. Rents range from $1,950 a month for a studio to $6,800 a month for a two-bed, 2-bath unit on the top floor. Parking and utilities with central air cost extra. But what a view, man. It's a hell of a view. Top floor. Yeah. South Tower has none. Between 75 and 80 units to be built at the North Tower. But anyways, it's could be tough getting people in there, Philo.
Yep, very much so.
Well, I think the people will get in there. I mean, if you can afford, what was it? If you can afford $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month for rent, I mean, you can afford to have everything delivered, right? You can have people walk your dog, so you don't have to trip over the bums, and you can get needle-proof booties for your dog. You don't want your puppy to step on needles. So anyways, what else have we got? That's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Oh, anything else in the besides the Sinex infection? Oh, yada yada. Nope, that's about it. 7 days, a little light on news this week. Oh, what else we got here? Oh yeah, it seemed like this guy who shot Charlie Kirk, he's gay or something like that.
No, his partner, his live-in partner, is trans.
Yeah, but they're partners, and he's not done with, and it's yet. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. He is what he was born as. The DNA proves that.
Yeah. You remember that movie, Dog Day Afternoon?
No, I don't.
Oh man, it was an Al Pacino movie. Attica. Yeah, Al Pacino and the guy who plays Fredo in The Godfather.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, Al Pacino is married and he's got a wife and a couple kids, right? And his boyfriend is Fredo, who carries a submachine gun with him, and they go to rob this bank, and things go south from there. And people are outside the bank cheering him on and whatever. But the Fredo character, he wants to get a sex change. so he can be a female. And this was in like 1978 or something. Yeah. Dog Day Afternoon. You got to see that movie, Philo. It's wild. It's hysterical. And so, anyways, it looks like they have the site called Roadblocks, where they have self-made games, and some of these video games that the kids are making are really sick, Philo.
Yeah, I know. I've read all about them.
It's crazy, man. According to Undercover Mothers, you can see them. You can find them on the web. And there's another site called Steam or something, and there's another outfit of these militants called Armed Queers LLC, and they're not messing around, man. Yeah, they said that all the kids need is 3 hours of screen time equals 2 times the rate of anxiety and depression in kids, Philo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and how much time do they spend on those stupid screens?
Oh, usually about 6-7 hours.
Yeah, up to 9 hours a day. Up to 9 hours a day. So only 3 hours, they're twice the rate of anxiety and depression. And this whole cell phone, social media, games, and the whole thing is making this country circle the bowl. And they can take away the phones during school, but that's only going to help out at school, I guess. Yeah, they had to get rid of Charlie Kirk. He was among the top 10 sites where people get their news from, Philo. I'm not sure which number, but he was in the top 10 because there's no more traditional media, let's face it. And this wacko, this governor of Utah, they finally had to shut him up. He said that he was speaking on behalf of the White House. Oh, here we are. This is finally, on the green screen, we're running Birth of a Nation. And this is where, during Reconstruction, where the Negroes start to take over the country. But anyways, yeah, this guy, what the hell's his name? Cox. His wife, Abby, is with this, I don't know, what's it called? This runs a mental health AI thing or something. And you can find them at Able Child. Okay, ablechild.org. I should have written that up. But
hey, we just got an email from Boyne.
Oh, congratulations.
They released a statement describing why Israel's illegal actions in Gaza constitute genocide.
Oh, God.
I'm just gonna click delete on this one.
Put the what?
I'm just gonna click delete.
No. It's very important, Philo.
Yeah.
How many times have we filmed his events and listened to his stem winders and stuff?
Never again.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be fun. We'd go down to the American Legion or VFW or whatever it is over near the high school.
Oh, yeah, the Legion, yeah.
Yeah, have big old friggin' lasagna dinners and stuff, remember?
Yeah, and remember out at Dexter's place, he used to have pig roasts out there?
Pig roasts at Dexter Randall's, yep. It was great, man.
But that's when he actually had a message that was relevant.
Yeah.
Now I'm just looking back and I'm going, how many years has he been in Congress and what has he done for us?
Yeah, that's like, it cracked me up when Bobby Kennedy was Bobby Kennedy was asking him, how much money did you take? You know? What have you done for the past 20 years? And he's all like, oh, don't turn this around on me. The same with Elizabeth Warren, the fake Indian.
Yep.
Well, in honor of the fake Indian. Yeah. Pocahontas. That was supposedly the reason why I got bounced from Governor Scott's COVID conferences.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the high cheekbones. And even though she said it, and I just repeated it. But anyways. Oh, yeah. 1 million marches in London out of a population of 65 million. Anyways, if you go to Able Child, I think it's ablechild.org, and they'll steer you in the right direction. And the same thing with undercover mothers, because all these school boards and stuff, they say that they got rid of they're getting rid of this stuff. Oh, we're getting rid of DEI, we're getting rid of this, we're getting rid of SEL, but they're not. They don't. And they're just BSing parents. And it's, oh man, this one guy, it was called up the Howie Carr show a while ago, Philo.
Yeah.
And he said he was in a store, like a grocery store or something.
Yeah.
And this woman had her teenage son with her, and he was a furry. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's a dog.
Yeah, these kids, they pretend they're animals.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Crazy.
And in some schools, they're even putting litter boxes in the bathrooms and stuff.
These people are nuts.
Yeah, they're knucking futs, as Philo would say.
Yeah, they're knucking futs, and what they need to do is they need to make insane asylums great again.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody blames Reagan for shutting down the insane asylums, but it was the ACLU that made them do it.
Well, for a while there, they were going nuts with their lobotomies and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For a while there, they were going totally crazy with that, operating on everybody and anybody.
It was the easiest way to control them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they were also getting people that weren't crazy, just people they didn't like.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about that one. My buddy Andy, he kept getting busted for weed, right? And he was under 18, and he kept getting busted for weed, just small amounts of weed, no big deal, right? And we got busted with me one time. He was 17. He was a month away from 18, right, Philo?
Yep.
He was a Gemini, so his birthday would have been in the spring. So we were on our 10-speed bikes, and we went down near Keating's gravel pit, and we went up to the liquor store, and I got a 6-pack, and I put 3 beers in each pocket, and then we drove back home. And when we got to the gravel pit or the rock pit there, whatever, we stopped the bikes and got off the bikes, and we were sitting there having a beer. Well, in pulls Officer Bodalico from the Lunenburg Police Department. He says, "How old are you?" I said, "You know how old I am. You took my license, for crying out loud." And he looks at Andy. He says, "How old are you?" And he's all like, 17. And he says, "Aha." So he writes me a ticket for contributing to the delinquency, and he handcuffs Andy, throws him in the cruiser, minor in possession of alcohol, throws him in the cruiser, throws his bike in the trunk, right? Now we're talking like it's like a $300 Motor Pecan bicycle or something, Philo.
Yeah.
And I said, "Be careful with that bike. It's worth more than you are." He said, "If I had another pair of handcuffs, I'd take you in too." I'm all like, ooh. So anyways, we get to court, we go into court, and there's Officer Baudelico and me and Andy, and we're wearing our suit coat, and we got a haircut. And the judge says, how old are you, son? Andy says, 18, Your Honor. He says, wow, he said, you just turned 18, right? He said, yeah, well, I turned 18 like 2 weeks after the citation. So he says, Officer Baudelico, will you approach the bench, please? And so Baudelico comes up to the bench and he says, you see all these people out here, Officer Baudelico? He says, I got a very busy courtroom. He says, if you ever bring such trivial baloney into my courtroom again, I'll have you up on some contempt or something like that, right? And I'm all like, yeah, get him, Judge, get him, right? So he gave Andy like a $15 fine, dismissed the charges, and he gave me a $20 fine and dismissed the charges. And I said, man, I would gladly pay $50 to see the judge chew out Officer Baudelico again. So anyways, they kept catching Andy with weed. So another judge, decides that the best thing for Andy is to put him in a mental institution, Philo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They put him not just any mental institution, but they put him at McLean's Hospital in Belmont, right? And we're talking, this is one of the finest, most expensive institutions in the United States or in the whole planet, right? So we'd go down there to visit him. On Sundays, they could have visitors if they were on the first floor. If they were up on the second floor, they couldn't have matches. If they were on the third floor, they couldn't have shoelaces or sharp instruments. You know what I mean? And they had a girl walking around playing the violin and stuff. It was just wild. So we'd go down there and we'd smoke a joint and have a couple beers out on the lawn. And the food was fantastic, man. And all we'd do is you get in the line in the cafeteria and you just shuffle along with the rest of the people, the inmates, and have a great meal while you were there. Yeah, it was insane. I'll never forget that, man. McLean's Hospital in Belmont, all for smoking weed. Go figure. Oh yeah, we had an illegal. I should have pulled this one and had it printed up. We got an illegal alien. Hey, I guess he worked at this motel in Dallas, Texas, Philo. And his boss chewed his butt or something like that. I think his boss was like Mexican-American too. I don't know if this guy was like Guatemalan or something like that. Damn it, I should have got more info. But he came back. Guess what he did with the motel manager, Philo?
What's that?
He beheaded him.
Oh, Akbar, huh?
Well, machetes, man. I guess like that treasure of the Sierra Madre, man. Humphrey Bogart cut.
So he was, what was he, MS-13?
I'm not sure. You'd have to look it up. Dallas motel manager beheaded by employee. Illegal. In the country illegally. But hey, that's what the guy at the motel gets for hiring cheap help, Philo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, wanted to save a buck. Well, speaking of which, before I go any further, I brought this in, and it isn't just a prop. Thanks, Philo. It's a stainless steel coffee cup, and I've used it for years, and I'm thinking, thanks, Philo. And I think, well, it's stainless. It's one of those things, you wash it once a week, you don't think anything about it, right? Well, I paid a closer attention to it this time. And I've been drinking a soda, a cola in it. And so I got out the, what do you call it? Like a toothbrush. in my sink. Okay, here we go, right here. Wow, this is after washing. Look at this. You can see it on my fingernail, on my thumbnail.
Okay, Steve, last but not least.
Last but not least, this stuff, you wash the top, not wash the top of your damn, of these cups. I'm going to have to throw this one away because it's corroding. It's corroding and it's shedding pieces of black plastic that look like pepper. Well, anyways, once again, you wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. So hopefully we'll see you again, inshallah. Oh, go to InfoWars. Go to InfoWars and get the skinny. Hopefully get down. So until then, get down on your hands and knees in the men-only mosque, sniff the bum of the guy and the man dressed in front of you, head east and worship the meteorite in Mecca and go, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Akbar.
Rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh, you can try all you want
in this country.
to not take responsibility for what you have said. Sir, you're a mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me. You may be the target of the job, but I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not afraid of you.
Truth that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of inmates. What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Our team D, the House of
Common good. They will also help control traffic and check possible panic. In short, these are the men who, during a morale-shattering emergency, will have a strong stabilizing effect on a jittery populace. Though in the minds of most people, civil defense brings thought of the bomb, volunteers also may be used for disasters due to cyclones, floods, or other wayward fits of nature. Readiness for any need is a dominant theme. Rescue trucks have special equipment for any emergency, and volunteers are trained in light and heavy rescue duty.
We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges. Better not come any closer.